Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Another TFSA Wealthsimple trade portfolio update. It's the weekend, markets are closed. We'll do a quick recap of how the week went and show you how the portfolio is performing. Now, before we jump into the portfolio, I just wanted to thank everybody who subscribed to the channel. Our goal for the channel was to reach 500 subscribers by the end of November. We've already passed that, so thanks so much for everybody that is following along. Hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. I guess next stop, 1,000. Let's try for that. If you aren't subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, follow along. Join me on my journey growing my Wealthsimple TFSA trade portfolio from $0 all the way up to $100,000. Let's jump in. All right, here we are. We are in the TFSA app, Wealthsimple TFSA trade portfolio. We always use the app for this. Seems to work the best. You can also access Wealthsimple if you're new to Wealthsimple. You can also access this on the web. But I find the app does work a lot better, has a bit more features as well. So let's jump in. If you've been following along, you see we did a deposit earlier in the week. You can check out that video on my channel. We'll just go over and how the week kind of closed off. In the past week, we were down, unfortunately, but let's just go through, take a look at the portfolio. As Friday wasn't too bad. Things kind of had started to come up, but unfortunately my portfolio, a couple of the holdings aren't doing that great. Small positions, but still kind of, it seems to be dragging down the whole portfolio. So let's just go through and we'll show the total values. BEP.UN, this one is our Brookfield renewables. This is again long-term. Our portfolio that we're building here is all for long-term, 5 to 10 years out. So we're not worried so much about these small fluctuations, but we're still up on this one. Just 0.55%, we have 8 shares of BEP.UN. So it's been doing okay. It was up earlier. It was up actually not quite decently in the day, but then it came back down before the end of the Friday, before markets closed, unfortunately. CMC, we won't spend much time on this. This one has been basically not doing great at all. We are down right now 77.79%. Again, very small position in this. Again, a long-term play. We're just going to ride this one out. We're not adding any more to this at this point. We'll see how things kind of turn around the next maybe 2 or 3 years for this. Buy and hold long-term for CMC. ETC, Evolved Cryptocurrencies ETF. This is our new ETF in the portfolio. We are down a little bit, as always, if you're following cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, the cryptocurrency market can be quite volatile. Again, we're seeing that in this. We've just started a position on this, but I think long term, we're going to keep adding to this. I think it's going to be a good investment long-term, 5, 10 years out on the portfolio. We're down 8.01%. So our value on that 850.02. We have 62 shares of this ETF, and if you're interested in learning a bit more about that, I did a video on the ETC on my channel, and you can find out exactly what that is. Greenlane Renewables, this one's doing well, and then came back down, unfortunately. We did purchase more shares of this, 100 more shares, and again, it's Murphy's Law. As soon as you buy, the share price goes down, right? That just seems to see what happens. So we're down 5.53%, but this is a natural gas renewable company, and they take basically waste gas and convert it into natural gas to use for vehicles, etc. I think this one in the long term is going to be a great play. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this. I know if you're in Canada, you've probably heard the news with the floods that happened in British Columbia, and we are actually now in BC have fuel restrictions on our filling up our cars in the Lower Mainland here. We're limited to 30 liters of fuel. I don't know if that will have any kind of impact on Greenlane Renewables, but probably we'll probably see some impacts on the possibly energy stocks next week when the market's open. We'll see what happens. REI.UN, RioCan Real Estate Investment Trust. This one has been doing quite well. Actually, we're up 9.38%. Next deposit, we're going to be definitely adding to RioCan. We have 25 shares for a total value of $5.71 even. Good return on that one, and again, regular dividends paying on RioCan. I've been happy with that one. RNW, this one seems to be coming back up, which is nice. Again, I say it every update, they had some issues with some of the infrastructure on the foundations of one of their wind farms back east. They are in the process of repairing those, so I think we'll slowly start to see this one come up. This one always seems to trade around the $19 to $20 mark, and we're kind of in that. We are down a little bit on this, 3.78%, but again, regular dividends we'll be getting from our TransAlta Renewables, and we're not too worried long term. I think it's a good investment to hold. Solar Alliance Energy, this one kind of up and down. This is our solar energy stock. Haven't purchased any more of this, but we're down 33.41%, $28. Again, we don't have a huge position in the portfolio on this, so not too worried about that, and we're holding these long term. Not too worried. We skipped over one there. SOT.UN. This is our Slate Office Real Estate Investment Trust. This REIT hasn't been doing quite as well as RioCan, but different. This one's more office space. Average price is $518, but we're down to $497. It's been coming down and up, and just down 3.98%. But again, regular dividends on this one. We'll keep adding to this one. It's a good price still. I think anything between the 5 to 520 range, we'll still keep adding to this that REIT. Telus, 2913. Telus did quite well last week. We are up on this one, 4.03%. Not bad for just starting a position in Telus. We have 15 shares, up 1693, which is nice. Total value 436.95 on Telus. And then the last two is our ETFs. This is our Vanguard Canadian High Dividend Yield Index ETF. This one's heavily weighted a lot on Canadian. This is obviously Canadian stocks, dividend-paying stocks. There's a lot of financial institutions is some of the main holdings on this. And I did have a comment on the channel asking why I don't have individual bank stocks. They're kind of covered in VDY. Any ones that I would want to buy are going to be in VDY, and I think it's better to kind of have, because it's not a huge portfolio at this point. Not to say I won't have bank stocks in the future in this portfolio, but I think I've got them covered at this point with VDY quite enough. On that note, if you do have a question on any of these holdings, or why I have them, or why I don't have certain things, leave me a comment down below. I'll actually going to be starting to save these. I'm trying to answer most of them on the channel, but I will be saving those questions, and what I will do is do a whole video of kind of some questions and answers to the best of my ability. So we're up 7.7%, $105.94 on VDY, which is nice. I like that. We'll keep these two ETFs are kind of our main holdings. We'll keep adding to these for sure. And the last one, VFE, this is the Vanguard S&P 500 Index ETF. This one's been doing quite well if you've been watching the market. It's heavily weighted a bit on tech stocks, it seems right now, but if they're doing well, they're doing well. So not going to complain. We're up 7.22%, and we've actually just kind of got into this ETF, so it's kind of nice to see that growth in such a short period of time. We have 17 shares, total value now $1795.20, which is nice to see. Now let's just go over and show you how the portfolio is doing in general. We were up on the day 484, basically flat. That was on Friday for this, but for the last week we are actually down 150. This has been CMC has kind of dragged the portfolio down, as well as ETC. But again, ETC I can see coming back up, and we'll definitely see some swings in that, as we have a portfolio is not a huge portfolio right now. So we kind of notice those one stocks will kind of basically swing the portfolio can be quite heavy. But 1 month, we're down 21.38, not too worried about that. 0.30%, kind of even for the month so far. 3 months, again, down a little bit, 0.75, 53.37. Not too worried about that, because if we look in the long term here for the 1 year, we haven't been going from 1 year. It's just been since April. We're up 35.90, so we're still building our portfolio up, and we've only been going since April. So not a lot of time to get these, these positions established. We're going to slowly stick with the plan, and all time will be the same. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you are new to the channel, you made it this far and aren't subscribed, or if you've been watching these videos and aren't subscribed yet, just take a look down below. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Turn on the notifications. I'll post regular videos on the channel. Last week we had more than, usually we would do update midweek and then an update like this on the weekend, but I'm trying to get some more different content video out on the channel just to kind of keep people engaged. It's great to have the questions that people are asking. I'm going to try and answer some of them, like I said, in upcoming videos. So it'd be great to have you follow along. Hope you enjoyed the update. Have a good rest of the weekend. We'll see you in the next video.